Welcome to another episode of Life and Whiskey. As always, I'm Jordan. Today it is March 26th, 35 degrees here in Wyoming, snowing, nice heavy spring snowstorm. I think we got 6 inches yesterday, 3 inches today, another 3 inches this afternoon, 6 inches forecasted for tonight, another 2 inches tomorrow. So sorry if I look like a suicidal hobo, but this is kind of my everyday wear. And I just literally came inside from running some hills. Well, maybe not running. I ran up the hill once. And yeah, it's hot in here. It's about a 70-foot hill coming up off the creek bottom to the top of the hill. And I did that 15 times. Maybe it's only 60 feet. So I did about 900 vertical feet, something like that, of elevation gain and then going back down. Exhausting, especially in knee-deep snow. And when that snow, once you get a trail packed down, kind of crystallizes, forms ice, and it becomes pretty slick. So, it was a good workout. Starting, it's March, like I said, March 26th. We're in preparation for elk season already. Trying to get my back. It's a 20-pound weight vest that I had, so trying to get my back used to carrying a load. Sometimes I throw my kid in my kid hauler backpack. It's about 30, 35 pounds of a load that I get to haul around. Good exercise. And I'm starting now in March in preparation for September. Hopefully, in another month or two, I can start looking for some elk sheds. Snow's deep, animals are down low, mostly on private ground, so probably not going to be able to get out. I'll be able to get out, but I probably won't find too many. But all of that's in preparation for the fall. So if you haven't already started, think about doing it. That's kind of the first serious exercise that I've done since November or October, whenever I shot my mule deer. And so I've been laying around being a slob all winter, and I thought, hey, I need to go do something. So a couple days ago, I went for a 4-mile hike, but it was all on flat ground. And so we're only at about like 3,800 feet here in town, so it's not that high elevation really. But it's a good workout. Anyways, that's not why you're here. You're here for the whiskey. So just like the last video did my Old Forester lineup, this is my Wild Turkey lineup. These are all the Wild Turkey products that I happen to own. So we have regular Wild Turkey 81. We have Russell's 10. So Russell's Reserve 10. I put this one down here in the lineup just for proof. So 81 proof, 90 proof, Wild Turkey 101. My Long Branch, because I'm a pretty big fan of this. I know a lot of people don't really regard it very highly, but I am a fan of this one. The mesquite finish on it, I don't think I could pick that out as being anything different, but I still like the whiskey, and I don't remember what I picked this up for. I'll open up my review. Actually, let me open that up while I'm talking here, because it's going to take a minute to load. But so I got the Long Branch, and then I got this Kentucky Spirit, and then Wild Turkey Rare Breed, which a lot of people, and I happen to agree, say that this is probably one of the best bang for your buck whiskeys. It's barrel proof, so it's a high proof whiskey. It's just really, really nice whiskey. And in most places it's under $60 still. So, all right, let's run through the lineup on price here, just so that we can all be in the same mindset here as far as expectation, maybe. So Wild Turkey 81 was $18.59. The Russell's Reserve was $32.89. The 101, and I just bought this one. In fact, I'm going to have to peel the cap off on this one. I just bought this the other day. It was $24.99 here in town at the cheaper liquor store. Long Branch, $35.79, and I think I found some even cheaper than that. $32.89 I found. $32.89. 33. So I bought this. The cheapest I found this Long Branch was $33.97. this Kentucky Spirit was $52.89, so this one was the most expensive out of the list. And the rare breed, I actually found this for $42.09. So a couple of these, I got some pretty. They weren't deals. They were just the liquor store here in town that has the best prices does really well. Like I said, I keep reiterating. I got that Colonel E.H. Taylor, and I got it right here. So let me see. I was gonna say it was either $37 or $47. I don't remember which one it was. E.H. Taylor, $37.59 I paid for that. So, they're not ripping you off. I think that Blanton's I got for like $46 from them. Really reasonable. So, I was able to get stuff for pretty reasonable prices there. So, just like last time, I'm going to do these blind. So, I'm pouring all of them. Actually, I should probably do it this way so that I can keep them in track, but I think I'll remember the order that I have these in. And what I'm going to do is go through them left to right, right to left, and we'll kind of rank them as we go as far as what we find to be the best. This one I'm going to have to, here, this is what you call content creation right there, when you got to open the dang bottle. And I just bought this bottle specifically to do this review with it. So this is the newer bottle of Wild Turkey with the embossed Wild Turkey on the glass. I love this bottle. In fact, I'm going to go, pretty sure I've seen these 81s with the same, so I'm going to go out and buy a couple more of those. But yeah, we're just going to go like this. I got the bottom of each glass marked. Man, I didn't even drink any water when I was out exercising. So if you could see, I got the bottoms marked with letters A through F. And so that way we can kind of keep them in order with what's what. And again, I poured these on camera so that everybody can keep track with me to make sure that I am not messing around here. And of course, I'm doing my best not to pay attention to what I'm actually doing here when I'm mixing these up, because I really don't care what's what. I'm just trying to, I don't know, have fun with this and see what ranks out on top. So I have no idea where anything is or what anything is here. And I was really surprised by the Wild Forester, by the Old Forester review that I did. Gum in the mouth, very professional. Throw that away real quick. I was really surprised that the Signature 100 won out for me. Now, I like that 100 proof mark for most of my whiskey. Sometimes if it's higher proof, as long as it's not bitey and bitter, really like that, because like I said, I can proof it down to where I want. I'm just going to let these open up just a second here, take one more slug of water, because I'm soaked to the bone with sweat right now, which I'm sure you all love to hear. Well, hopefully that doesn't impact how I perceive these whiskeys too much, but we'll give them a good, as ADHD Matt says, big good SJ swirl job here. Smells lower proof to me. Cherry, a little bit of oak in there, a little honeysuckle. Actually, a nice honey that's mixing with a light fruit cherry. I like the nose on this a lot. Good. It's gonna sound stupid. Has a classic Wild Turkey profile. Kind of a sweet honey, slight hint of caramel up front or caramel. Moves really heavy into a heavy, deep fruit cherry note for a bunch of the middle. Picks up with a little bit of oak, a little bit of spice on the end. Very nice. Sticks with you with a nice sweet finish that just keeps going. Man, I like that a lot. Really good. So for me personally, Wild Turkey their line is quite distinguishable for me as far as the notes that I really pick. The cherry note comes through as just this nice fruit cherry, more so than on any other whiskeys that I have. And a lot of people have had 101 in college or whatever, and you're jumping right into 100 proof whiskey, and it's kind of bitey and whatever. And so most people have a pretty bad memory of Wild Turkey to start with, but I actually really like it. I think it's one of the better bang for your bucks whiskeys out there. As far as their whole line, their Russell's Reserve and their 101. I mean, it's really hard to beat those. That rare breed, if you can find it for $42, you're definitely doing quite well for yourself. Number two. Number two is pretty light in the nose. I'm working hard to try and get anything out of this. I'm not getting much. I get a little bit of a sweet and a little bit of oak, but it's... Oh, there we go. There was a little brown sugar out of the left nostril. Yep, not getting a whole lot. Similar notes to that, tamped way, way, way down, really having to search for them. It's not really coming out of the glass a whole lot. On the palate, nice, sweet, heavy brown sugar to start with. Then it moves into a caramel and then into a honey. So like the types of sweetness change from start to finish in that. Then it picks up with a little bit of a dark, dry cherry note kind of in the middle. And then it finishes with a little bit of oak, a little bit of spice. I would say that number one had more robust density of flavor. Same flavors. This was more dense than that. This one was a little bit light and thin in the flavors and how they came across. They weren't really smacking me around, especially going from one to two. And I realized I forgot my backlight there. I don't know. Yeah, I'm wearing some dark clothes. Maybe it's not the worst look for me. Maybe I'm not. Although I can see there's a dark shadow over here. Yeah, whatever. Just helping to hide my bald spot. How about that? Again, number three here is not leaping out of the glass, but it has some really nice color. Not super viscous. Oh, there we go. There's a nice brown sugar and oak. More oak. That's not really getting much for fruit or flower out of this. So it's not very floral. It's not very fruity. Yeah, I'd say brown sugar, molasses leaning, starting to go in that darker sweetness, and oak. I just then got a nice over-the-top light honeysuckle floral. That one's actually got a really nice nose on it. It was denser, sweet up front, and then this oak picked up and a barrel spice, black pepper finish, but a tannin oak spice that was starting to veer into bitter, but never quite got there. So it actually worked out quite well. A little bit hot on the back of the throat. Now again, this is my own subjective, lineup as far as what I prefer, and also from glass to glass, that's going to impact how this comes across in the line. So this one drank hotter. I would say I like this one maybe second, and that one's down here. That one had some dense flavors that hit, and then it kind of evaporated, and then it picked up with this spice and proofiness. This was more smooth from flavor transition to flavor transition, and this one was just lighter and thinner. All right. This one has a more floral apple blossom kind of nose. And then an oak in the back there. A little bit of ethanol coming out of the glass. And it's wanting to do something sweet, like definitely a dark caramel, like for ice cream topping kind of a caramel. Oh yeah, pitching in there dark. A little bit of baking spice in there. That was almost like a molasses ginger cookie. Oh, Really nice in there. The baking spice is very, very far in the background, tamped down, but that molasses sweet. I like that. This one has the best nose so far. Woo! Got some proof on it too. Okay. So that one was sweet, forward, proof picked up on like the second beat. Oak came through, nice peppery spice to it. And then it finished with a hefty graham cracker finish. Really nice. The proof was a little punchy for me. So this one might be like the rare breed since that was a barrel proof. And now I don't know if the rare breed is a single barrel product or not. I gotta believe that if it's a barrel proof, that it is a single barrel. It's 56? No, 58.4, so 116.8 proof. I don't know if that is what this one. What's this? Kentucky Spirit is 50%, so that's 101 as well. So if I had to guess that this one might be the rare breed, and with how the proof came across, man, I think I'm gonna actually put that one higher. The bite kind of took me by surprise. I might switch those two at some point. The way that the proof presented was a little bit much for me on that one. It was a little bitey, but again, the flavors were there. The nose was spectacular on that. So this one's off profile as far as the nose. I would say these all kind of live in the same realm so far as the nose goes. This one's really subdued. When I first stuck my nose in there, I got like a fresh light fruit, like a peach apricot kind of a fruit, which is very off profile of Wild Turkey. Now there, the right nostril was like a real right nostril, left side of the glass was like a really nice, creamy, rich caramel. A little bit of baking spice, brown sugar out of the left. Oh yeah, like a like one of those caramel chunk cookies. Oh man, that's what I'm getting out of it. I like that a lot. Top of the glass. Not really too much floral or fruit the more I sat with it. Yeah, it kind of leads into this bready, cookie, sweet caramel bomb. Okay. Flavor profile, kind of thin. Not a whole lot going on there. And that might be a result of this seeming like it's coming off a very high proof. This, back to back might be why it's not quite, but it's like sweet honey, sweet caramel, a little bit thin, not real dense in flavor, but it's just a very nice, light, not syrupy sweetness to start with. Finishes with a little bit of an oak barrel impact. I really like that. I really like that a lot. I'll be curious going the other direction. I'm actually going to put this on my number 2 spot, I think. Yeah. This one had really nice density of flavors. So far we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I don't know, I mean, if you can see when I'm drinking or not what the letter is or not. So if you can see it, you'll know before me as far as what is. This is a little more floral and fruity. Kind of almost leaning towards a buffalo trace profile on the nose. Honeysuckle, apple blossom, or a cherry blossom if you want to go that direction. Like springtime out amongst an orchard blossoms. A really nice, light, sweet honey underneath of that. Uh, That was like almost like a Hawaiian fruit punch. Underneath all of the floral and everything, it was just this light, sweet, um, citrus, yeah, Hawaii fruit punch. Underneath all of the floral component, it's a really light. It's actually really good, which I don't even like fruit punch. So oh, I also don't like this whiskey apparently because I'm spilling it. Going in, pretty healthy sip there. Very mild, start to finish. The ethanol, now it was not very proofy, like high proofiness, but up front the flavor profile was really watery, thinner than number two. But it's like this really nice, sweet honey, light. Like this one tasted more like Buffalo Trace. Like you know how the flavor profile is not very robust. That's how this was, but it was like nice, light, sweet, easy sipping, and then it finished with this really nice barrel spice, um, black pepper, a little bit of tannin in there. Actually, really like that one. But the beginning part was although it was nice and sweet, it was very low in flavor intensity. So I almost wonder if this is the long branch. To be honest with you. Um, Ooh, I don't know where I'm gonna put this one. I'm gonna say we'll leave it tied right now with number two. Because both of those, I'm guessing one's long branch and one's the 81 proof, but we'll see. Okay, just because I needed some water. There we go. Okay, we are 22 minutes in, so if you've made it this long, thanks for enduring me and everything that I got going on here. If you haven't done this before, I highly encourage that you do it. It doesn't have to be a whole collection or anything like that. Start with like maybe 3 bottles. 2 bottles, I feel like you can't really blind it too well unless somebody else pours for you. But like 3 bottles of your favorite whiskeys that are in the same category, go head to head with them, and I think you'll be surprised how each one will impact the other and which ones will win out compared to what you originally think it's going to be. I think it's an excellent way to experience whiskey and to try different things. So I like this distillery aspect that we're doing here. Okay, so still floral. That fruit punch is gone. Now it's moved into this buttery caramel. Okay, that time it bumped up a lot in the beginning of the flavor profile. It was sweet, very honey, very apple, which is again off profile. Apple, like a honey crisp apple at peak ripeness that moved into a caramel, and then an oak tannin came in, but it wasn't bitter at all. And then it finished with just a slight barrel spice. Okay, this guy's getting moved up. Where though? Maybe like number 3. And this guy's going to drop down to 4. These guys are going to drop down like that. I think that's where we're at. All right. Ooh, man. The density of brown sugar on this is brown sugar and floral. And a little bit of powdered sugar in the back end of it. Oh, I like that a lot. Ooh. I like that one a lot more. Yeah, it was just a nice, light, creamy, buttery mouthfeel, sweet, but not syrupy sweet, not candy sweet, like the perfect level of sweetness to the point where like you're getting the flavors of the caramel and the honey and the whatever, and then that oak impact. These two are very similar. Oh boy, is that off camera? Yeah, got them off camera here. Oh well, sorry if these are off camera. They're gonna have to be off camera in order to make this all work. All right. This is what happens when you just decide to go out and exercise and come back and jump immediately into a video, especially one where you're wow, okay, that smells exactly like a root beer float popsicle. That's crazy. Vanilla ice cream, root beer. It smells absolutely delicious. I have no idea where that's coming from. I've never gotten that note before. That smells so good. Again, very proofy. Second beat, that proof hits. And this time going through, after coming off the heels of those, it like wants to give you those flavors, but that proof was just covering it up. So at no point did I actually get to really fully experience the notes. You know, I said root beer, my mind went to that. I got root beer. I got this soda-y, creamy flavor. Some sweet notes in there. A little bit of wood at the end, but mostly that ethanol was just throughout that entire profile. And that's something that I was like if I could water it down just a little bit and put a couple of drops of water in it, I think that would be fantastic. Right now it's hitting in at my number 4 spot. I think I'm going to leave it there for now because I like it, but the proof is not helping it out right now. Okay, that one had like some dusty, boy, these all changed, like dusty caramel. But pretty sweet in the nose. My mind's on cola for some reason, on soda, because again, I got this root beer flavor, a little bit more proofy. Not as bad as this one. Sweet notes up front, a little bit of oak in the back. I'm gonna switch. I think this is the rare breed, and this particular one, I think in this matchup, the proof is just too much, and coming off the heels of all these other ones, it's just if this was just a rare breed, I'm acting like I know what I'm talking about, like that this is definitely a rare breed. If this is the rare breed, if this was a single review of just whatever the whiskey this is, I think I'd be picking it apart a lot more, getting a lot more out of it. But mixed in with all these other ones, that proof on this glass is just covering up what I know it wants to give up because there's definitely a lot more in the glass. I'm just not getting it when I'm doing the comparison here. So for that reason, we're going to drop it down a little bit here. That one had very light in the nose, a little bit of floral, almost citrus, like a orange blossom. Yeah, I don't know how these all are going citrus on me. Boy, can't even keep it in the glass here, new. Yeah. Okay. Keeping that one in last place. Very nice. Easy sipping. The flavor is just so subdued, especially coming off of these, that I can't even really give you notes. It was very watery thin on the sweet side, like a simple syrup sweet. And then it hit with a little bit of honey towards the end and then a little bit of oak. But it was very diminished all the way through. So we're going to keep that one in last. And this guy, who's tied for number 1 to start with here, this one also smells like a root beer float, but more emphasis on the vanilla ice cream than the root beer. Like the root beer's the background, but man, is that good. A little bit of caramel, like a dense caramel in there. Golly, that smells so good. Flavor profile completely swapped around. Almost orangey. This almost has a old-fashioned type flavor profile to it. Actually, really good. Okay. It's down to that one and this one for number 1. I don't know. I'm gonna say number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6. Okay, so coming in, number 1 spot is C. Number 1 is Wild Turkey 101. Let's see here. Wild Turkey 101 is our number 1 glass. Number 2 is D. C, A, C, D. D is my Long Branch, is number 2. Let's see here. Number 3 is B. Our Russell's Reserve 10-year is number 3. Number 4 is E. Our Rare Breed, which I got that one wrong. I thought this one. No. I got that right. F. Kentucky Spirit, 50%. Number 5. And number 6, our bottom of the barrel, Wild Turkey 81. So there you go. Those are all of the Wild Turkey products that I got. And lo and behold, wouldn't you know, number 1 was Wild Turkey 101 for me. Number 2 was the Long Branch. Number 3 was Russell's Reserve. Number 4 was Rare Breed. Number 5 was Kentucky Spirit. And number 6 was the Wild Turkey 81. Drop in the comments down below what of these bottles you've had, which ones you can find, what the prices are on them, which ones you like, which ones you don't like, where I'm wrong, where I'm right. Go ahead and throw all that down in the comments down below. If you are watching this on YouTube, jump on over to bitchute.com. Check out LifeandWhiskey there. Also on Rumble, but Rumble and YouTube are putting these videos out at the same time. This is probably 2025 if you're watching this on Rumble or YouTube. If you're watching this on BitChute, thank you so much. This is coming out in late April, early May of 2023. This is the end of March 2023 as I shoot this. But yeah, throw that down in the comments. Please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button if you can. Help out that algorithm. Share this video out with anybody who you think might enjoy this type of content. I know it's a very long video, but I think it's worth it. I'm definitely going to try and edit this down a little bit and cut out some of the long pauses in there for nosing and tasting and stuff. But hopefully you guys enjoy this type of content. I'm going to do several more distilleries. Like I said, we're going to do Wyoming whiskey. We're going to get into the scotches. We got the Lafroigs, the Ardbegs, the Talisker, the Lagavulin, some Bunnahabhains. What else do we got over here? We just got a whole bunch of stuff to enjoy, and I like doing these kind of head-to-head blind tastings here. So, let me know what you think of this. Drop that down in the comments below whether you think I should keep doing this or not. And, yeah, anything else you have, go ahead and throw that down in the comments as well. I appreciate everybody who has commented or thumbs up on the video so far. I do try and engage with you if you are interacting with the videos at all. I do appreciate that very much. And as always, you guys have yourselves a great day. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next video.